Today's January 2nd, and I'm sure everyone's heard about the news about yesterday's attacks in New Year's, right? The New Orleans one, well known, possible act of terrorism. I think a lot of people are saying that because there was an ISIS flag attached to it. And then there was another attack at Trump Tower yesterday. Um, Pretty wild events of yesterday. I'm going to go over New Orleans first because this one was pretty wild, and I kind of like the CNN article. I'm not a big fan of CNN, but they finally came up with something good. It's a visual timeline of the New Year's attack that left at least 14 dead in New Orleans. A lot of articles say 15 because they're including the killer, right? The person who drove through and he ended up getting killed by the police. New Orleans famed Bourbon Street devolved into a grisly crime scene just hours into the New Year's as a driver plowed a 3-ton pickup truck through crowds of holiday revelers, killing at least 14 people and injuring dozens of others in what the FBI is investigating as a possible act of terrorism. The suspect, Shamsud-Din, I hope I said that right, was killed in a shootout with the police authorities. He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage he did. New Orleans Police Superintendent and Kirkpatrick said, using surveillance footage and witness video and accounts, CNN has pieced together a visual timeline of the attack. Okay, so here is like a sky Google shot of French quarters here. And if you're familiar with here, there's Canal Street, and you can probably see it on my, no, I probably don't see my mouse. But Canal Street, and around 3:16 a.m. in a white truck, just driving and accelerates through people. Like, I don't understand, like, people who are so frustrated with the world that, you're depressed and whatnot. And you just, like, I just don't understand, like, I'm just going to kill people my way. Like, what's going on in your head that convinces you that's okay? He's probably thinking, I'm going to die today. I'm tired. My life sucks. Holidays is typically a terrible time for people, especially if you're lonely and depressed and whatnot. Holidays just makes things worse. But to take people with you, just like, come on, man, that's uncalled for. That's horrible. Like, that's the most evil thing you can do. Of course, it's easy for me to say seek help or whatnot, but like, if you're suicidal, just take yourself. Don't be taking others with you. Like, I'm like lost for words when I think about stuff like this. Like, I don't understand why people just, like, the mass shootings and whatnot. Like, there's something mentally wrong with people that just like what, you don't feel anything. You're taking people, you don't even know these people, and yet you're just like, you want to gun people down. So here's some footage. Like, okay, they're following him. Like, this footage showed him like before he went into the street. He turns right and starts accelerating. So this camera, is the camera following him? Like, as if they know to follow him? So I think it's like, I saw this earlier. Right here, he turns and accelerates, taking people out right away. This here is a group of law enforcement officers rushed down Bourbon Street after appearing to receive a call about the attack. So the guy's driving through and probably just crashed, and apparently he stepped down and started shooting at people or the police officers when he interacted. Probably didn't get any of them, but he was gunned down in the event. So here's some social media footage of like the aftermath. They blurred it out because there's some people who were either killed, badly injured, and then people rush back because they hear the gunfire. Oh my goodness, I can't stop this video, can I? Like, there's the truck, and then the gunfire starts going off. The police officers are shooting the guy. Barely see it. This is another one where gunshots were done. There's no link to the Twitter account, so I might have to. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Someone fell back. A person in the street appears to be struck and falls to the ground. Oh my goodness. Of course, this day and age, everyone with their cell phones has footage. Oh man, that's where like the chaos starts. This is what the aftermath. You see the police officers rushing past bodies. They blur out some people who were gunned down, killed. Gosh, that's so horrible. I can't believe that. So the suspect's pickup truck crashed near the Royal Sonestas New Orleans Hotel. So they blurred some images, but look, it ran into, oh gosh, I'm running a blank here of what this equipment is called. I want to say crane, but it's not. But for instance, this piece of construction equipment crashes his car hard. But you see the cuffs later just like blast through that in one of the videos earlier. I think I'm going to go through Twitter and look at some of the other stuff that's on there. Okay, I'm on Twitter now, and where I have more control. So, surveillance video is showing this. I don't know if it's a wide angle, but because it feels like this camera knows what's up and it's following this truck, and you see him make this sharp turn and hits people on the way. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Like, FBI literally photographed the ISIS flag from the truck of the New Orleans terrorists and still try to tell us this wasn't a terrorist attack.
This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if it's a violent.
They literally say it's not a terrorist attack event. Like, here, there's clearly a motive of some kind. If you have like the ISIS flag and you just start killing random people you don't know, that's a terrorist attack. And I can't believe they said that this is not a terrorist attack. Now, it's presumed to be one until they have more conclusive evidence, but like, come on now. How can you say it's not? Like, feel free to comment below if I'm wrong, if I'm off. But that's just nuts to me. I wish I could find a better video of this. Maybe I will, but this is one security camera of the truck just flying through. There's people moving, going, oh goodness. Oh my gosh, he barely missed those people. Unfortunately, he did hit people on the way. Okay, this is a raw video. You can probably see my mouse here. Here's the truck that it was crashed into. There's some cops here, and they end up with... they end up shooting at the guy. I think he was trying to pull out a gun. Right there, I see it again. Now, I'm trying to understand this. CNN said 14 people. This here is that, is his first name Mohammed? Shamsud-Din, the man responsible for killing 15 innocent people. CNN said, let me double check, 14. So someone's wrong, but I think it might be CNN because they're the only ones I saw that says 14. Everywhere else I see it, I keep seeing 15. The guy is born and raised in the U.S., though. Army veteran, 42 years old. I believe he was a real estate agent. But, like, apparently he was radicalized. It's like, how does this happen to people? Like, how do people get to the point where they get radicalized to the point where something in their head convinces them it's okay to just, like, run your car through massive amount of people? Not caring what happens to them. Like, let's just go ahead and attempt mass murder. And then just go out with a bang. Like, start using my gun and shoot out in the open and shoot cops. There's something going on. Because he's not the only person. There's a lot of mental health issues going on that convinces people to do these crazy acts of violence in masses. I just don't understand it. Now, this is like an older video of him.
To me, you see my phone number on the page. If not, it's 832-774-9718. Give me a call. And even if you don't want to have me as your agent, call me with any questions you may have. So even if you're a first-time home buyer, or you're an experienced real estate investor and you're just looking for somebody to help you with doing some analysis on some properties that you're looking at.
Sounds well-spoken, educated, real estate agent. Just seems like a typical normal guy. What the hell happened? We might not ever know. I know there's like theories out there floating around that he got radicalized with Islam, and I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, just like that, like only a few months from here to like maybe a handful of years to get radicalized, screwed up in the head to the point where you just want to kill innocent people for no reason. One post says, for someone supposedly detail-orientated, radicalized for months and maliciously planning his attack for weeks or longer per the FBI, such an oversight demands attention. the contradictions here can't be ignored. So, of course, they photographed the flag that was on his ground that he had in his truck. This is him when he was in the army. And this is just, I guess, just random American forces deliberately hanging the ISIS flag upside down, probably after just defeating them in battle or something. I don't know if we'll ever get the answers of like why this happened, because the guy's dead. We'll never find out. I mean, he has kids and an ex-wife. Maybe they might put some information. They might say he went crazy, which I'm sure he did. It's just like, what is it exactly that makes someone do this? That convinces them to execute this weird, crazy plan. Here's another surveillance video. There's him driving his truck through. Oh my goodness. So many people dodged that. So here's, on the same day, yesterday, January 1st, the Cybertruck explosion. Suspect is a 37-year-old American and former Army veteran, Matthew Livelsberg. I know I said his last name wrong. So he served in the same military base as the New Orleans terrorist attack. I don't know if there's any connection. It's a little coincidental that they were in the same base and 5 years apart. That's not too bad. Did they ever know each other? Who knows? But it's just weird. It's like, why are the Army veterans doing this? Like, what's going on here? Let's see what this is about. Because you see the explosion down here, and I don't know why this happened.
It's confirmed to News 5 that a Colorado Springs man was the driver of a Cybertruck that exploded in front of the Trump International Hotel this morning in Las Vegas. They say 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger died inside the vehicle. El Paso County records show that Livelsberger has several addresses in our area, and they're now the focus of a federal investigation. FBI agents are at one of his addresses on the east side of the city. That's where we find News 5's Maggie Bryan, who's been there for hours. Maggie, what are you seeing?
Megan, this is about all we can see of this scene right now. I'll step out of the way. You can see some of those flashing lights behind me. Those are coming from a few law enforcement vehicles blocking off the entrance to this townhome complex. Now, this is near Stetson Hills Boulevard and Mark Shuffle Road on the east side of Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs police confirmed to us that FBI agents are here investigating this home. We have learned that Livelsberger is connected to this townhome. Senior law enforcement officials say he lived in Colorado Springs and was the driver of the Cybertruck. Our team has seen agents out here since about 7:30 this evening. We've also been back and forth to the Stetson Hills Police substation about 3 miles down the road, where we've seen a few armored vehicles in the parking lot there. We'll be out here talking with law enforcement and trying to get any more information we can tonight. For now, in Colorado Springs, I'm Maggie Bryan, News 5.
Comment below if Livelsberger, what he did with the Cybertruck explosion, do you consider that an act of terrorism? Was there, I guess for my loose understanding, terrorism, there has to be a religious or political motive to enact fear on people, using extreme bodily harm or cause harm to others, or extreme measures such as explosions, blowing stuff up. Like, it's hard to say it's not a terrorist act. 2 Army veterans, January 1st, just using trucks to cause the most evil acts on the planet, intentionally to cause harm and fear to others. So the guy in Cybertruck explosion was active U.S. military. And from what I understand, he was a Green Beret. He's like no normal dude. This is like an elite person. Special forces. And the guy in the New Orleans was a former U.S. military veteran, both Army. Here is something I saw, but I haven't been able to confirm. Supposedly, both of the perpetrators may have attended the same base at the same time in the military. Maybe. But what's the relevance to that, though? Did they know each other? Both vehicles were rentals from the same place, which is strange. Both used the Turo app to rent your car. If you don't know what Turo is, it's basically like the Airbnb for cars. You can just lend out your car to someone who goes on the app, needs a car, and you rent it out to them. And, and then you put all your terms and conditions, like, hey, make sure you fill up the car with gas before you bring it back, yada, yada, yada. The same way you do with an Airbnb, right? Correct me if I'm wrong with this. The information is moving so fast, and I don't want to throw bullshit out there on this hellhole of an app. But if there are the facts, there is absolutely no way this is a coincidence. Like, it's really hard for me to say this is just a coincidence. Both use Turo app, both Army, both went to the same base. I don't know if they were in the same. I'm trying to remember because I was in the Navy. We don't use the same terms as like Army and Marines, like unit, stuff like that. So from New York Post, there's no definitive link between Las Vegas Cybertruck explosion and New Orleans attack. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if I were to, I really want to believe that there is no link between the two. I think it's just a weird coincidence. But I could be totally wrong. So this tweet on Twitter or X says, I just rewatched the footage of the Cybertruck pulling up to the Trump Hotel and Casino where the truck sits for 17 seconds prior to the explosion. Police have stated MSG Matthew Lizzleberger, gosh, I'm sorry, shot himself in the head with a .50 Desert Eagle. If you have ever shot a Deagle in .50 AE, reviews up on his channel, you know the flash is epic. The model shown in police footage is quite literally the flashiest model they made. I have shot a Desert Eagle. They're pretty intense. I don't own one or anything. I went to a range, rented one, and shot it. But did the guy shoot him? If he shot himself, what happened? Then how did it go off? At no point in the two videos I've seen do you see any flash nor hear any bang after pulling up. So was he dead before pulling up? At this point, I'd say that's probable. Then the question is, did the program the destination into the Cybertruck or did someone else? I'd imagine that should be a pretty easy question for the folks at Tesla to answer with the way those vehicles are monitored in virtually real time. So I'm starting to think that people are suspecting that he just had fireworks and the car just blew up on its own, like malfunctioned. I mean, what did he use for an explosive? Let's look at that video again. Okay, here's this video again. So there's fireworks going crazy. Hold on. Is it already exploding? No. Blows up in the car. I know the frame of the car is still intact fully. So here's pictures of the aftermath. You see the frame of the car just fully intact. Okay, hold on. Tesla truck bomber, terrorist or patsy? So the man suspected of being behind the Tesla Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas was described as a strong supporter of Donald Trump and reportedly voted for him in November, according to a law enforcement source. Okay, I just want to know if he had like certain type of explosives in the car, in the truck. If you look at this, do you guys see any... I'm not an expert at explosive or anything. Is there anything in here that looks like a homemade type bomb or some kind? I mean, unless it was under the car, but it's just strange. And like, why would he blow himself up at front of Trump Tower, though? So another weird link is that the guy drives a Ford Lightning through a crowd in New Orleans, and the media reports is a truck attack. Guy detonates a bomb in a Cybertruck in Las Vegas, and the media reports it as a Cyber Tesla truck explosion. Both trucks, both EVs. Interesting. Okay, someone tried to analyze this, saying that slowed down the video seems to show the explosion in the Cybertruck starting in the driver's compartment. I don't know if you can see that. This could be consistent with the driver igniting fuel vapors with the truck when he fired his pistol found at his feet, causing the explosion. I mean, the guy's a Green Beret. He probably has a gun he takes with him all the time, though. I mean, it's Nevada. Like, a lot of people are strapped. Doesn't mean that they're going to use the gun to shoot themselves or shoot someone or anything. Most people are strapped in Vegas. I guess you could say, yeah, maybe it did take place in the car, and he probably had the fireworks and other things that could be exploded in the trunk of the car. in the back. But I think I don't know what to make out of this, and I don't think we'll ever get the answers. But feel free to comment below. Let me know what you guys think happened, where I'm wrong. I mean, if I missed out on something, please let me know. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, and all that stuff. I look forward to reading you guys' comments, because this one's it's really interesting how these attacks occurred at the same time. Well, not the same time, but the same day, New Year's Day, right? Gosh, are we sure the Las Vegas one is an attack, or was it just a freak accident? I don't know. Like, again, just let me know in the comments. Until next time, bye.